Okay. So, hi all. Good morning. We have Pawan as a Power BI trainer for Technest Academy. So he will give a demo for Power BI today. Okay. And so you can ask questions whatever you have. He will give demo from scratch. And about the course timing, fees, duration, and all those things. Okay, you can connect with me on my personal window. Okay. So hope that is fine, Pawan. Maybe I will stay here, Pawan, for a few more minutes. But I have another getting the background. Just
Yeah.
1 minute. Pawan, can you please, when you get this background noise, please make mute all.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I will request everyone to be on muted. Okay. So I will stay here for a few more minutes, Pawan. But I have SQL class. I have to join that. Okay.
Yeah.
And if participants they have any question, they can connect on my personal window after the class. Okay. Thank you, Pawan. You can go ahead. Thank you.
Sure. Once again, good morning to all, and I welcome you all to this uh, demo class on Power BI.
Hey Pawan, sorry to interrupt you. Your voice is very less.
How about now? Is it okay?
No, it's. I think it's good. Anyone else who is facing problem with the audio voice?
No, the voice is fine.
There is
Vi-
an
Voice is
Vi-
echo.
fine.
I
Vivek,
believe
maybe you need to turn up your volume on your computer.
Okay.
Vivek, you could. Yeah, please. You can check out. Vivek.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. First of all, let me share the course syllabus with you, the content that I'm going to cover in this Power BI course. First, let me share the screen. Please let me know when the screen is visible to everyone.
Yes, it's visible.
Okay. This is the syllabus that, or the content that I'm going to cover in this the course, which is an exhaustive coverage of the Power BI with respect to uh, everything. Okay. So first, it will start with the getting the data into the Power BI, and then it would go on to transform the data into the Power BI by using the inbuilt ETL tool of the Power BI named as Power Query Editor. Okay, and then on we'll go on to do the modeling into the Power BI. And while doing the modeling, we'll cover one very important aspect, which is called as data warehousing concepts. Okay, so these are important for us to understand the modeling of the Power BI. And then we would go on to understand what is data visualization and how we use Power BI to do various types of visualizations, which would make the business end to get the insights from the data easier. Okay, and then we would go on to do the complex part, which is known as DAX in Power BI, and DAX is usually uh, used to do the calculated feeds or measures in the Power BI, and we'll be, I mean, covering most of the DAX functions that are, that are predominantly used in uh, most of the projects in the industries. And once the DAX is complete, we would go on to study the Power BI service, which is the cloud platform in which we can share and collaborate our work in the Power BI service. Okay, and once the Power BI service is complete, we would discuss the interview questions that are generally asked. And in this part, I'll be discussing about the conceptual questions as well as the scenario-based questions, which they generally tend to ask for the experienced candidates in the Power BI. So that will be covered as well. And once that is done, we will be dealing with one end-to-end BI project, and there we are going to use the Power BI. So this is going to be the whole course content, and it'll be for around 25 to 30 hours. I mean, 25 to 30 hours it will take. Yeah. So this is about the course content, and let's just start with the first topic, that is getting started with Power BI without any delay. Okay. So yes, first before starting onto the Power BI itself, let's try and understand what the business intelligence or BI actually means. Okay. Now, see, in broader sense, we can say that it is the way in, I mean, it is a detailed work that goes on into converting the raw data into some data which makes sense. Now, if you look into the left-hand side of this uh, this slide, that is, it has a Excel table, or the table which looks like an Excel table, and if you even go on to look into each and every columns of this Excel table, you won't. You won't be able to make out much of sense what is trying to tell you apart from naming its columns. But if we do the analysis of this particular table with the help of some BI tools, then what we have on the right side is what we get. See, it says the YTD sales is so and so million, and what are the top selling products, and what are the sales with respect to different states. Okay, so these are the different conclusions which we can draw from the raw data that is available. And this whole process in broader sense is called as BI or business intelligence, and it's also called as data analytics. Okay, so this is what the BI means. Okay, now when we talk about BI or data analytics, and when we try to find out its meaning in terms of the high level configuration, so this is the diagram that we have to refer. So what it means is the data, see, on the left side, we have the data or the raw data coming on from various sources, like say the relational database systems, some flat files like text or CSV files or Excel files or Microsoft Access, or let's say SAP or Jira files. Okay. So what happens is all this raw data is subjected to ETL. Now, ETL here means extract, transform, load. And there are various tools nowadays to do the ETL. That is the tools like Informatica, that is AWS, and then there is Azure tools as well. Okay. So by doing all this ETL, we bring that raw data into one central repository. And this central repository is called as data warehouse. Okay, this central data, it's a warehouse, a central repository, which is called as data warehouse. Okay, where we bring all the data with respect to the project that is going to be completed in the industries. Okay, and in the data warehouse, you can see that the data is kind of categorized into various data marts. Let us say you are responsible for a project which deals with different aspects of, let's say, manufacturing or construction of some buildings or some machines. Okay. Now the thing is, data mart refers to the subset of the main data, the main data. Like, let's say one of the data mart might refer to the data related to the sales aspect. Another data might refer to the, let's say, the manufacturing aspect, and another data might refer to the data related to the customers, and so on. So data marts are the specific parts of a particular big data warehouse, is what we can say. Okay, and once we have brought in all the data into the data warehouse and we have created the data marts, then the same can be imported into the BI tools, which you are seeing here. Now, what is BI tool? BI tools are usually the front-end tools or the front-end software where you can directly get the data, or the ready data is what we can say, and we can draw conclusions from the data or insights from that data. And BI tools, when I say BI tools, we refer to the tools like Power BI, Tableau, Alteryx, and various other tools like that. So this is how we can explain the business intelligence or data analytics in the broader sense. Now, any of you have any doubt with respect to this? If no doubts, then I can proceed.
What's a data mart?
As I said, the data mart refers to the subset of the data warehouse. Let's say you are handling a project related to let's say you are handling a project related to the company like PepsiCo. Okay. Now, PepsiCo will be having various forms of data with respect to their whole business. For example, one data will refer only to their types of customers. One data mart will be referring only to the financial aspects. Okay. The other data might refer to the type of warehouses that they have. So these are called as different data marts.
Or
I'm
we
clear?
can say it's a specific domain type, we can segregate our data.
Yes, we can say that.
Pawan, can we say that it is a table, different kind of tables?
How, I mean, different kind
Say
of
for
tables.
example, it is a customer table.
Yes.
Another one is a custom master table. Another one is account table. Like that, we can consider.
It might be a different
mart.
table, or it might be different kind of database as well. So we can't say simply it's a table. It can be altogether a different database as well. Hope you're getting what I'm trying to say.
So it's part of warehouse or it separately will create data mart?
It's the part of a warehouse for sure.
Okay, got it. Yeah.
So it will use the separate space, or suppose we have a 1 TB of data in the warehouse, right? So it is split into 111, like 3 TB is there in our warehouse. So 111 for each data mart, something like that.
See, yeah, can be there, because each data mart is nothing but, again, it's a data sets, okay, or the data basically. So yeah, it will consume, as you said, different amounts of memory.
No, what I'm trying to understand, right? Suppose in my cloud, right, I'm using a space of 3 TB, right?
3 TB.
And on the top of that warehouse, I created a 3 different data marts, right? So that means I have a 6 TB of data there, or
no,
3.
No. That's not the case.
It's a logical.
See, the thing is, data mart is a part of data warehouse. So all the different data marts together constitute a warehouse.
So it's a logical, right? We are splitting at our understanding, right? We have a warehouse, and logically we are dividing into different categories, right? One for
we can say that, yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay. Now my second question is, in the BI tool you are representing, right? So that means we are bringing all the data to the BI tool, like 1 TB I have, so 1 TB I am bringing into the Power BI.
Yeah.
And the analysis.
Okay, let me explain that. Okay, let us say you are creating a financial dashboard. Okay, let's say you are kind of creating a financial dashboard.
Yep.
Then you will only bring the data mart or data which corresponds to your requirement. You are not going to bring the whole data from this data warehouse. Understood?
Yeah. So just we are duplicating the data, right?
You see, that depends. You can either import this data from data warehouse to BI tool, or you can simply create a connection as well, which is called direct query. Okay. So that depends on the type of import that we are doing in BI tool.
So if you're saying that direct, right, so that will impact my performance, right? If I
it will impact your performance. Yes.
Because I am dealing with the data of the finance, right, for the related to the bank, right? So we have a one table contain, say 400 million records.
Yes.
So we need to bring all the data, or we can, it's a depend on our approach, right?
See, it depends on the kind of project that you are dealing with and the kind of Power BI access that you have. If you have Power BI premium access, okay. Now I'm in BI tool, I'm specifically talking about Power BI. Okay. Now let's say if you have a premium connection, okay, then you can bring about 10 GB of data into one PBIX file. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So that's the kind of limitation that we have. But if you have Power BI free or Power BI Pro, then the thing is you can bring only 1 GB of data. Got it? So it depends how many rows, as you said, 10 million means 10 million or 40 million rows. It will constitute about, it will be minimum, I think 1 GB or more than that. Okay. Yeah.
Pawan, in what we are doing in our current life, we are just restrict our data from last like finance from last 2 months and selected only our columns which we are required for preparing our dashboard.
Yes.
So that will help to execute our dashboard in less time. If we are taking all data, so dashboard will take several minutes to load that data.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. If you take the data, I mean, if you're, let's say, designing a financial dashboard, or let's say if you are trying to understand the customer churn dashboard, then you take only the data that is required for your current purpose. Okay.
Yeah, got it. Thank you.
Okay. I have a quick question.
Sure.
So you have all these sources of data, RDBMS, Excel, flat text, and you have other data. So does this other data include real-time data like from internet or from streaming applications or things that are actually in real time, or are we dealing with only historical data?
No, it contains historical data as well as real-time data. So when we consider these sources, it might be the sources like flat files. And when I say flat files, it might be text, CSV, or even Excel files as well. Or we might have the transaction system or the data coming from transaction system like SAP, or the system like Jira, where you have all the data like that. Okay. So it might be like that. Okay.
So for those real-time transactional data, they will have to be subjected to our cleaning process and transformation and loading as well.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. This is all that happens on the back end of a BI. Okay.
Okay.
The whole ETL and the whole data warehousing, or in modern ways, they also call it as a data lake. Okay. But this is the whole thing that happens on the back end of a BI project.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Is this the same concept when you are working with data sources that are from the cloud or on-premise, or it doesn't matter?
Depends. Some companies choose to have on-premise database, whereas some companies you would like to use the cloud services, like for say example, AWS or even Azure cloud services. So it again depends on the company to company. Okay.
So whatever it is, Power BI can still function.
Yes.
Okay.
Be it any kind of data source, Power BI has the exhaustive, list of the data types of data sources it can connect to.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
So one question,
we'll post it.
It support only structured data, right? No unstructured, right?
When you say structured data, what do you exactly mean?
Structured means like CSV, Excel, and all that, right? So I have a data in JSON, right? And suppose my API, from the API I'm getting the data, right? So that is in the JSON. So that will be taken care by the ETL team, right?
Yes.
They will get the structure.
Generally, okay, let me tell you how generally the things work in industry. Okay. If you are, let's say, a front-end Power BI developer, okay, so this ETL thing will usually be taken care by a team called as DE team, that is data engineers team. Okay, they are solely responsible to get the data from the raw data sources, convert that, ETL that, and get it into the data warehouse. But as a Power BI developer or a data analyst or a BI developer, you should be able to get what data you want from the data warehouse that is existing in the company. Hope I'm clear with that.
Yes.
Okay. Yes, it's clear. I think they just to add to the question that he's asking. So how is the database stored in the data warehouse? Are they in some sort of order, some sort of structure, or it's just broken down into data maths, like you said, that's it? Or there's some sort of like rows and tables or?
Yeah, when I say when we say data which is structured, it obviously is stored into the records and columns or rows and tables, as you said. Okay, and if we say SQL, okay, for example, if we take SQL, so for every database there will be a schema of the database. I hope you're aware of the schema, and under schema we'll be having various types of elements like the tables or different views. Okay, so this is how the data will be stored. You can take the table that you want or a particular view that you want. Now, table is nothing but the table which is as it is. And when we say view in SQL, a view is created with the help of different tables. Like you can choose the columns that you want or the type of summarization that you want from the existing tables, and you can make a new virtual table out of it, which we can call it as a view. Okay, so data is stored in the database form and maybe in different schemas, and under that different tables or views. So this is how it generally will be.
Okay,
So,
thanks.
yeah, one doubt. So can we get the data from APIs also?
Yeah, we can get the data from REST APIs as well. Yeah.
Okay.
Raman, can we write direct query in Power BI? Say for example, if we are having in Tableau, we have a separate window where we can write our SQL codes. We can directly.
Yes, we can write. See, not just for direct connection, we can write SQL queries even for importing the data in Power BI. Hope you're getting what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
You can not just direct query. Obviously, you can write the query in direct query window, but also you can write SQL queries where you want to import a specific view into Power BI. That also you can do. Okay.
Okay.
Shall we move forward then, if no further doubts?
Yes, please.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, okay. So, as I said, raw data is really hard to read and draw conclusions from. So, for that sake, we use the BI tools to convert the raw data into the business data. And when I say business data, it's a data which makes sense visually, which you can take insights from. And there are certain BI tools which are widely used in current industrial scenario, and which are mainly Power BI, Tableau, and things like ClickView, ClickSense, Alteryx, MSBI, SAP BI, and there are tools from IBM as well. So there are various platforms in which this thing can be done. Okay, let me see what's the, okay. Now, in recent years, Power BI has been widely used compared to the other tools. And it is due to some of the capabilities that Power BI has in terms of creating the custom visualization, some of the complex front-end development capabilities. And not just that, I think Power BI has the most of the data sources can be connected to the Power BI. It has, I think in present scenario, it has more than 100 plus connections that can be connected directly to the Power BI. So that is one of the important reasons. And yes, important thing to be noted is Power BI is not a single tool, but it's a stack of components. It's a stack of different sub tools is what we can say. And one of the important things is Power BI desktop. And whenever any project goes on in industries with respect to the BI and Power BI, the important thing that they use or the important component that they use is Power BI desktop. Most of the we can say analytical aspects or technical analytical aspects will be carried out in Power BI desktop. Okay, it's a desktop app. Then we have Power BI service, which is a cloud-based application mainly used for sharing and collaborating our work with others. Okay, so that is Power BI service. And then we have Power BI mobile app, which you can install in your smartphones. And the thing to be noted here is that Power BI mobile app is not used for developing the BI tool. It's primarily used for reviewing the BI project, which you have already done. Okay, and if let's say you're not not going to use the cloud-based application, then you can also use the app called Power BI servers, which makes use of on-premise or local servers of the industry. Okay, and then we also have a thing called as Power BI report builder. Now you might say that when we already have a Power BI desktop which builds the report itself, then why are we using the Power BI report builder? There are things called as paginated reports. Okay. Now the paginated reports are the kind of reports which fit to a particular page, and they mainly deal with numbers, not much of custom visuals, but they mainly deal with numbers. And such reports, we call them as paginated reports. And Power BI report builder is used specifically to build paginated reports. Along with Power BI report builder, there's one more tool which is called as SSRS, which is used for developing the paginated reports. But nonetheless, Power BI report builder can also be used to build the same. Okay, so let me show you how. I'll try to show you what Power BI desktop and service it looks like. Okay, so this window which you're seeing right now, this is nothing but the Power BI desktop. Okay, this is the Power BI desktop, which is desktop based application. And if you want to see the cloud service, then this is how it looks. This is the Power BI service. Okay, so here we'll be having our work saved in different workspaces. Okay, and in the workspaces we'll be having our reports and data sets and dashboards. So this is the cloud platform of Power BI service. Okay, so this is how it's usually done. Okay, so let me try to explain what happens in these different components of Power BI. Okay, so first of all, in Power BI desktop, we can clean and transform the model. Okay, apart from doing the ETL things in other apps like other applications like the Informatica or Azure based services, we can do the cleaning and transformation in Power BI as well. Okay, if you have a raw kind of data, we can clean and prepare the data and transform the data in Power BI desktop as well. And the tool specifically used for this particular purpose is called as Power BI editor. Okay, and then we can do the data modeling in Power BI desktop, make some visualizations and reports in the Power BI desktop, and analyze the same with the help of creating certain calculated fields. Okay, now once this thing is done in Power BI desktop, if we want to share and collaborate our work with others, or mainly in industry, the business side, the platform we use for that is called Power BI service, which is a cloud-based application. Here we publish our data set, and at the same time we can do sharing and collaboration of the same. And not just that, we can perform various other functions like refreshing the database, sending the timely notification to the business end, and creating customized apps for them, and various other things. So basically, PBI service is used to publish, share, and collaborate. And as I told earlier, we have Power BI mobile app where you can share your work, which fits into a smartphone as well. But as I explained earlier, it is used not for developing purpose. It is used mainly for reviewing the content. Okay. Hope this is clear to everyone, people.
Yes. So the BI service in terms of collaboration, does it have limitation on what people on either side can do?
Yeah. See,
can they edit? Can they add content to the published
yeah. Let me explain. Okay.
Content.
So
Okay.
Power BI service, it comes with different types of licenses. One is free license, one is pro license, and then we have premium license, and then we have premium per user license. Okay. Now, in terms of the things that you can do, whether you can edit or whether you can share, or whether you can apply some security constraint to a particular data, or whether you can apply the things like page level security, row level security, or whether you can use certain AI based apps in collaboration or machine learning algorithms in this. It depends on what kind of license you have. Okay. In free license, most you can do is just publish that in cloud. You can't share it with others as well. You can share it with your own workspace. Okay. Whereas if you have a pro license, there are again certain limitations, like the data that you can have, or the size of the data you can have is only 1 GB. And as far as data refresh is there, you can do only 8 refreshes per day. And if you have premium access, you can accomplish most of the thing that I mentioned. Okay, it's like the highest level of Power BI cloud capabilities, which is the premium service. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Pawan, can you explain that, right? You're explaining something like premium and all that. We need to get the license and all that something.
Yeah, sure. I'll definitely explain you how to get the trial of the premium as well. Okay, so that you can I mean,
just now you can you repeat that? Just now you answered that to John, right? So can you
come again, please?
Just now you answered that, right, regarding that we have 2 types of premium or something, right? I missed that actually.
Yeah, we have in premium also we have 2 types. Okay, one is called premium per user. Okay, it has certain pricing to it, and another is premium for the whole organization. Okay, so it has a different pricing. So there are 2 types of premiums as well. That's what I mean. Okay. Any other doubts, people?
Nope.
Okay.
Pawan, so even if we are not going for the premium, can we access all the services that are that comes under normal with our public email IDs or Gmail IDs? Do we need any enterprise account for those?
Your Gmail IDs are not going to work in Power BI service. You will be needing the organization emails. Yeah.
Okay, so during this session, how we are going to, address that thing, because we currently don't have any enterprise ID for that thing, right?
I will be sharing you how to get free organizational account. Okay. That in detail I'll do. But that I'll do before starting the Power BI service, because the thing with that is it has free trial of only 60 days. Okay. So if I do it right now, some 10 or 15 days will be wasted, I think. Okay. So it's better if I do it after 15 days, so that you can use the full capability of it for at least 60 days since the Power BI service is started.
So suppose after 60 days it got expired, can we do again that same thing?
You can create one more free account with different email ID. That you can do.
Okay. Thank you.
Can we move ahead then?
Yes.
Okay. So, okay. Now this is just this is like a conceptual thing which exists in Power BI. Now, the thing is that there are in certain interviews, they will ask you this question as well. Okay. Although this certainly seems like a non-technical aspect. Okay. But in certain interviews, they will ask you what are the building blocks of Power BI. Okay. And previously we saw what are the components of Power BI. These are the components of Power BI. But it seems like a similar question, but they will ask you sometimes, what are the building blocks of Power BI? Now, what are the building blocks? These are the things that make Power BI what it is. Okay, so those are data sets, visualizations, tiles, reports, and dashboards. Let me explain what are these things. Okay, now let's say first thing, data set. I'll go to my Power BI service. Now you're seeing here, I'm into the workspace. Don't worry about this whole GUI of Power BI service. I'm going to explain this whole thing in very much detail in later sessions. Okay, right now I just want to explain what data sets are. Now you're seeing this, there are icons beside these cells, right? This is what refers to report, and this kind of icon, it reports to, it refers to data set. Now this is the sales data set. Data set, basically it contains the data. Okay, so that is what we say when I say data sets. Okay, now visualizations. Okay, now what are visualizations? Visualizations, let me open the Power BI desktop. Now this is a particular visualization. Now what is this? This is a donut chart is what we call this. Now you can see here we have the options to bring in different visuals. For example, let me show you. Let me try to bring in some visual. Okay, now I'm bringing, let's say, bar chart. Okay, so this is one typical kind of a visual. Okay, bar chart, and let me bring something, profit per order and customer segment. Yeah. Okay, now look here, this is the profit per order with respect to different customer segment. So what is this? This is one of the bar charts. Okay, it's a type of visual. Similarly, we have different types of visuals in Power BI. Like we have the tree map, we have pie chart, donut chart, okay, line charts, waterfall charts, maps, and whatnot. We have, exhaustive capabilities in Power BI in terms of different types of visuals that are available. So these are called as visualizations. Then we have certain thing called as tile. Now what is tile? This particular visual which you are seeing, this is the tile is what we refer to. A tile is nothing but one particular visual. For example, if I go to the previous page in the report, I have these many tiles in this. This is one tile. This is another tile. This is one tile. This is another tile, so and so. Okay, so these are the different tiles here. Okay, then we have reports. This whole page, for example, this whole sales page is what we can call one report. This second page is another report. Okay, so we can add n number of reports in Power BI report view. Okay, but one page is what we refer to as report. Okay, and finally we have thing called as dashboard. Although both reports and dashboards are the terms which we use synonymously, but in Power BI there is one primary difference between reports and dashboard. Let me show that to you, and for that I'll have to go back to Power BI service. For example, this is a sales report. Okay, now the same sales report will be loaded. Okay, whereas from n number of reports I can create one dashboard. Okay, let me show that as well. And you can include as many tiles as you want in one particular dashboard. So I have created one sales dashboard, and I have not included all the tiles in this. I have included only some tiles in this. Okay, so this is the dashboard, and dashboard will have a single page. Okay, but it can have tiles or visuals from different reports. And when you click on a particular tile, it will go to a particular report, that particular report. So that is dashboard. Okay, and the thing about dashboard is that it has various capabilities. Like you can ask the question to the dashboard about the data that is available.
So one doubt.
Yeah, tell me.
We can say dashboard as a combination of multiple reports.
Yes, definitely. It's not a combination exactly. You can bring, it's not compulsory that you bring all the reports here, but you can bring specific visualizations from specific reports. Okay.
Oh.
And as I was saying, you can ask the questions to your dashboard. Like, let's say, let me ask the question, what is profits by states? Okay. So see, I mean, I just asked it a question and it gave me a visualization itself. Okay.
Can you do that on the desktop version?
In desktop, also you can do it, but not in that exhaustive manner. We also have it here. Okay, in desktop also we can do that, but we'll come to that later. Okay. Yes,
Okay.
we have that capability. Okay. Yes.
So
Yeah,
what is
see
the
here
question?
in desktop as well, you can ask the question for your data in this window. Okay. And you'll get the similar result. For example, it has some customized questions like this. Okay. So yes, you can do it in desktop as well. Yes. Any doubts on this, please, people?
So this
Can that be done offline?
Yeah, desktop is, well, I mean, desktop is what you can work on offline itself. Okay.
Okay.
Power BI desktop is an offline app. Obviously, you can sign in, but mainly the work happens in your desktop. Okay. Yes. Any more questions with respect to this?
Yeah, I'm asking that, suppose we are asking this question here, right? And it is giving that sales by profit and all that, right? So we have built that report in the backend or automatically built by the Power BI?
No, we have made the data set in the backend. Okay, I'll show you what has happened in the backend here. Okay, backend in the sense I'm referring to Power BI itself now, not the complete backend. What happens in the SQL or maybe ETL tools. Okay, so this is what we have in the backend in the Power BI model. Okay, not exactly in the backend. In the Power BI model, this is what I have. I have one fact table which refers to the e-commerce data. Then I have one date table which I have created myself, and then one more table which deals with the geographical aspects of United States. Okay, so this is the data, and then we have the tables here. Okay, so these are the tables that are existing. And this, as far as measures are concerned, I have created certain measures in this. But apart from these measures, the thing is, these measures I have created on myself, by myself, to get certain specific insight. But when you type your question here, that is not going to be used. Power BI it will do some calculation on its own and it will come up with the insights. It is not going to use your measures that you created.
Okay.
That was your question, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Pawan, one question, you said I'm so sorry, if I'm not understanding clearly. So you said offline mode, right? So in order to work with the offline mode, I need to connect with any data set, how it will connect to data set if we are going to work in an offline mode?
Sure. Let me tell you, when I said offline, I referred to, okay, let me open the Power BI desktop app itself. Okay. Now, when I said offline, okay, look, if you're doing this report and you're not publishing it, so basically you're working offline. You got my point?
But I'm more interested about how the data is residing, it is residing in your Oracle server or somewhere, right? You need to get the connectivity, right?
We should get that connectivity. See, there is a get data option in Power BI. Okay. Now in this get data, you can connect to various sources. You can see this. We have Excel workbooks, we have SQL Server, we have data flow. We can connect to text or CSV. And yes, if you want to connect to SQL Server, at that point of time, you should have the connection or the database should be active. Okay.
Okay.
Server. For example, let me show you. Okay. If I want to connect with SQL Server, you need to write the server name and the database name if you want to get a particular database from the server. So yes, at that particular point of time, if it's a cloud-based server, then you need to get the internet connection.
So
if the
can I
server is
put
in
like
your,
this then?
yes.
So can I put like this, you can work in offline mode, or in only like if you have data in your local machine in a Excel format, or like if SQL is installed in your local, then only like
Yes.
you can work in a local mode. Otherwise,
Yes.
like you definitely need a connectivity.
Yes, that's true.
Okay,
That's understood. Now,
perfect. Thank
what
you.
particular thing I meant when I say working online is that until and unless you publish this model, it has not gone online.
Okay.
Understood. For example, you have a particular workspace here. Okay. Now I have the workspace and there is already a sales report. Okay. But the thing is, if you make any changes to a current model, okay, and if you make certain new calculations and add some visualization to this model, until and unless you publish that to Power BI service, it's the offline model. That is what I meant.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Pawan, one question. Let's say we are dealing with transactional data and there's a use case where we need to publish a report on a frequent basis, let's say every 2 or 3 hours. So at that case, is it possible somehow we can synchronize to our database, like already there is a report is published and we need to get the updated data and it should automatically reflect in the dashboard?
See, in Power BI Premium, okay, we have a capability of refreshing the data every half an hour. So that can serve the purpose.
Okay. So it does it automatically. User doesn't need to do anything.
No, user needs to schedule the refresh. Okay, that is a whole different aspect of it. But for example, if I want to schedule the refresh, I need to go to the dataset settings. Okay, I need to download the gateway connection, and when the gateway connection is being downloaded, I mean, we have to download a gateway, and after that, in refresh settings, you have to configure the frequency of refresh. Okay, right now it's showing off because we don't have a gateway. Okay, but once we have connected to a gateway, then we can set the refresh frequency in this. Hope you are able to see this.
Yeah. So if we set this refresh frequency, the data will be brought automatically from the source.
Yes, data will be refreshed from the source. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So it basically brings a replica of the data when you say refresh the data.
Refresh in the sense, whatever data you are updating, that is brought as it is in Power BI. As simple as that.
Okay.
For okay, let me be more specific. Okay, let's say this is the table view. Okay, now this is a particular fact table which has right now it has 13270 rows. Okay, let me say let us assume we have brought in some 1000 plus rows. Okay, so refresh, by refresh I mean that those rows will be added here, as simple as that. Okay.
Data gateway
does that refresh
connecting to cloud services, cloud sources as well, or it's only for the on-premises?
Both on-premises as well as cloud.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So the question I was trying to ask is, if you had set up some filters and you want the as the raw data is coming, you want those filters to be applied and maybe some cleaning, you want to set it up automatically. Is that also possible?
Automatic cleaning is what you mean? Okay.
Yes.
So for that, we have other apps as well, which is right now some people are making use of Power Automate for that. But again, I don't think 100% automation is still possible in that, because whenever we deal with ETL, there are certain unknown aspects of getting, unrefined data. So if you want to deal each and every aspect of it, that automation needs to be quite exhaustive. But yeah, certain automation is definitely possible from the Power BI Automate. And like, say, if you, Power BI has the capability to do 48 refreshes per day. But if you want more, even more refreshes, like say a refresh per 15 minutes. So it can be done with the help of Power Automate as well. So such things can be done. Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Yes, any more doubts, people?
Nope.
Yeah, so we are good to proceed. So these are the different building blocks of Power BI, although it's a conceptual question, but it might sometimes be asked in the interviews. Okay. So now we'll see the three views of Power BI desktop. Okay, three views which are very important in Power BI desktop. One is called table view, second one is visual view, and the third is data model view or model view. Okay, I have opened the Power BI desktop already. Okay, now at the left side you have these three icons. I hope everyone is able to see these.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah. So the first one refers to the report view. Report view in the sense you can create reports in this particular view. You can create reports, various visuals by using various fields from this. It can be simple drag and drop step as well, as I just did here. Okay. But sometimes it can be complex as well. Okay. But the main thing to be noted is in report view, you can create, visualize, and analyze reports. Okay. Now comes the second thing, which is the data view, or can also be called as table view. In this view, you can see the number of queries or number of tables that you have in your data set. Like I have the table e-commerce data. Then we have certain dimension table, like the geographical dimension table. Or we can have one table specific for measures as well. And there is one date master table. Okay. So these are the different tables, and the table view or the data view refers to the view where we can see all our tables. Okay. Like this. And then thirdly, we have the model view where we can see the data model by ourselves. And when I see the data model, you can see the type of cardinalities and connections that you have in your data model. You can zoom in or zoom out of it like this by using this slider here. Okay. And you can see the type of connections you have. For example, if you double click on this line, you can see how they are connected. The e-commerce data, that is this table, is connected to date master with respect to this field, order date. And in date master, it is date field. And the connection is many to one, many on the e-commerce side, one on the date master side. And the cross filter direction is single. Look here. This is the direction of the filter. The filter flows from date master table to e-commerce data. Okay. But don't worry about these aspects. These aspects we will deal with when we come across the data modeling in Power BI. And at that point of time, we are going to deal with this in a very much detail. But right now, you just make sure that you understand the way in which we can look into the data model of a Power BI data set is by getting into model view. Okay. Here also you can see different tables, but mainly you can see the connection between the tables. That is important thing to be noted. Okay. Fine. Any doubts in this, people?
Nope.
Okay. So if we have still a bit more time, so I would like to get into the GUI aspect of Power BI a bit more in detail. Okay. So first thing, it deals with three views, which I already explained. Okay. And mainly you can create new file here, save report as we do in most of the Microsoft applications by going to the file tab. Then we have home tab, okay, where we have various options like get data. You can directly get Excel workspace. One, you can connect to OneLake Data Hub or SQL, okay. And just like most of the Microsoft apps, there are more ways to do a single thing in Power BI. For example, you can get Excel data by going here, as well as you can get the Excel data directly by clicking here. Okay. And similar thing with SQL. Okay. So this is one very important thing. And the ETL tool in Power BI, which I talked about, it is called as transform data or Power Query Editor. If you go here, if we click on this, okay, we have the option to clean and transform all the data. And not just clean and transform, we can bring in the data as well. Okay, bring in the data from different sources, clean, transform, and load the data into Power BI. Okay, so this is what we call Power Query Editor. Don't worry about this. We will deal with this thing in complete detail. Okay. So this is the basic overview of or the introduction to Power BI. Hope I'm clear with most of the aspects.
Yes. Well, what is the function of that external tools?
External tools.
Yeah.
Right.
Up.
Okay.
Yeah,
Let
if
me
you go
just
up.
get that. Yes. Okay. Now, external tools are some of the tools that you install externally. I mean, this is not included with the Power BI. Okay. There's a tool called as DAX Studio, and there are few more external tools. One is called Tabular Editor, and then there is a Power BI Helper as well. Okay. These are the tools that we use to do certain specific tasks, like say optimizing the DAX functions. And when I say optimizing the DAX functions, I say improving its performance in terms of executions and time taken for execution. Okay, so this is what the DAX Studio is used for. Similarly, there are various external tools which we can install by ourselves, and that can be included. I mean, if we install it in our desktop, it will be included here, as simple as that.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
So in this syllabus, you mentioned project. Can you explain the overview of the project, which we will do after completing this?
Which on this particular project?
No. In the syllabus, they have mentioned that we can do one project after completing the.
Yes. Yes.
So can I know the overview of the project?
See, overview of the project in the sense, in terms of the high level expectancy or basically the outcome of the project, you can be sure that you'll be able to connect to different data sources. Okay, and then you'll be able to import that data in Power BI. We will indulge in ETL in Power BI itself, that is clean, extract, transform, and load, cleaning and preparing the data. We'll do the data modeling in Power BI, and we will do 2-3 pages of report building like this, what you are seeing right now. Okay, and not just that, we will publish the same model in the Power BI service as well. And before that, you will be getting the trial version of Power BI service account. Okay, so that is the outcome. That will be the outcome of that project. Okay.
Okay. So can we do auto deployments?
Come again, please.
Can we do auto deployments?
What do you exactly mean when you say auto deployment?
I mean, suppose if we develop any Power BI report in our desktop, using CI/CD pipelines or something, can we do different data? I mean, different servers, dev, QA, productions.
Yes, we can work in different environments in Power BI. So basically, in industry, what happens is that at the ETL end or at the backend itself, they create different databases or different data sources for the things you said, like dev, production, or specifically for QA as well. Okay, but in Power BI end, what all we need to do is we just need to connect to those particular environments or those particular databases, as simple as that. Okay.
Okay, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell me what different job titles or roles that after completing this course we can be confident to apply for those type of jobs?
Yes, BI developer, then data analyst, then data visualization engineer. Okay, so these are the specific designations that they usually offer for this. Okay.
Okay. The last one you say is data engineer?
Data visualization engineer.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Yeah.
So,
And can I beg for one more thing? Is there a possibility that in the course of the program of your teaching, if you teach a particular concept that you think is frequently asked questions during interviews, can you
Yes, that's what
emphasize
I
it for
said.
us? And
While discussing
if
that, I'll be
okay,
showing you the scenario-based interview questions.
okay.
Scenario-based in the sense, why I call it scenario-based, because those things are used in industries, on routine, not routine basis, but they will use those functionalities. Okay, so that's
Okay.
why, yeah.
Thank you.
Pawan, one generic question. So let's say we have the course curriculum now. So if I have to go through, I mean, from beginner's perspective to an advanced level, how much it will be providing the coverage? Let's say if I have to move to a new role or if I have to implement an end-to-end project, how much this course curriculum will help me, or what are the other aspects I have to look into after completing the course?
See, in once you complete this course, okay, and once you complete the project as well. Now the thing is, it is important for us to know most of the things that are happening in Power BI. Okay, because let's say if you get into any project which involves Power BI, okay, it is important for you to know most of the options or most of the capabilities of the Power BI. Okay, so my main intention is to make you understand most of the things that are happening in Power BI. Okay, be it beginner level or intermediate level or advanced level. Okay, so that if let's say you are taken into some project and you are assigned a specific task, you should at least know you can do it in Power BI or not, or how can you do it in Power BI. Okay, so that thing you can expect. Okay, you will be thorough with clearing the interviews which they are going to take for at least 2+ years of experience. That you can clear, that I can assure you. Hope I'm clear with this.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry to interrupt you, Pawan. May I know how much time it will take?
Okay, see, the course will take 25 to 30 hours. Okay, but let me be very specific in stressing this part. After each and every day's completion of that specific syllabus, you should be practicing the same, and not just once but numerous times, because initially it feels a bit overwhelming, because Power BI, as you can see, it has so many options. Okay, it has so many options, so many tabs, so many different custom visualization capabilities. So in order to get acclimatized to this, you should practice it more, as simple as that.
Okay.
But don't worry, I'll tell you how to do that as well, and how to get accustomed to this. That I'll be definitely telling you.
Okay.
I'll definitely tell you the pathway to becoming able to clear the interview that they take for 2 years experienced people.
Okay, so
Okay.
one more thing, I have one question in my mind. So would you cover all the scenario based question related to interview, so we can clear the interview after
Yes.
the course?
See, to be
what kind of questions the interview may ask to us?
Yeah. Can I know your name?
Rajendra Kumar.
Rajendra, okay. So that's what I mean when I say scenario-based interviews, because to be very frank, okay, I myself have I think in last 2 years, I have cleared more than, I think, 6 to 10 interviews. Okay. And when I say clear, completing the last round. Okay. So over that period of time, I think I have accumulated more questions that are needed to clear those interviews. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Pawan, one question regarding certification, right? PL 300. So after this course completion, we are able to clear that or
yeah. See, the thing is, PL 300 certification, it again consists of various conceptual level of questions. Okay. See, 100% you will be having the knowledge of that, but PL 300 is one typical examination where, just like any other competitive examination, you need to go through previous year's question papers. Hope you're getting that.
yes, I got it.
But the thing is, if you go through the previous year's question paper, you will, you will understand the answers, how you are getting them. Okay. That I will make sure.
Okay.
But going through those questions is
but
very important.
the topic wise, the concepts are already clear in this training, right?
Yes, conceptual wise, I'll make sure that the concepts will be clear for you to clear the interviews. But again, I'm telling you, PL 300 is kind of it's not a easy examination. That I'll make sure. Okay. That I'm stressing out, because it involves various summary based questions. Okay. And it is, we can say, intermediate level examination. It involves lots of preparation. At least after this course, if you can, I think, take some 10 days of specific preparation for PL 300, then you can clear that. Okay. All you need is previous year's question papers.
So are you providing any dumps or something?
If you need, I can provide, but the dumps I have is from, some other online platform as well.
Okay.
But if you want, I can provide them to you. Not a problem. Okay. I'll make a separate PowerPoint for that.
Yeah. And one more thing, the last time you are discussing about the project, right? You told that we will try to connect different sources and build some 2-3 pages report, right?
Yes.
So we are going to implement, or you will show at the high level, this is this, like for example,
no. I will complete that project. Complete in the sense, I will build it from scratch. Hope I'm clear.
Okay. So parallelly we can build it, right?
Yes. See, parallelly in the sense, in the class I will build it, and
then offline I will build the
offline you will build it. If you have any doubt, please do ask me. Okay.
Sure. Yeah. Thank you.
So the best way to take advantage of what you're doing is to repeat whatever you do after the class, right?
Yes. The thing is, parallelly, if you try to do it, okay, you might miss some concepts. Okay, because I'll be doing something here, and it will take a bit more time for you to do the same in the Power BI. Okay.
Okay.
So ideally, the ideal scenario for you to learn would be, in class, you be attentive on what I'm trying to do and what I'm trying to say here, and try to learn most of the things. And you will be having the recorded video. So you try to implement the same in your free time, but you make sure that that day's work is completed that day itself. You don't keep it pending, because if you keeping it pending, you'll forget it. As simple as that.
Pawan, you are going to provide the data sets as well?
Obviously.
Okay.
So when I can expect to start this class, when you will start, by tomorrow or day after tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
Okay. So tomorrow, you will start from the scratch, right?
Yes, I will start from the scratch. And when I say scratch, I will start from, I show you the syllabus. Where's the syllabus? Let me show it once again to you. Okay.
Can you share this Word document actually? The detail? Yeah, this one.
Okay. And I think it's already shared.
I think it's in our WhatsApp group.
Okay. So today I have covered this already. Okay. Getting started with Power and installation. Have you installed, or shall I explain that as well?
We have installed already.
Anyone who has not installed the Power BI desktop app on their personal computer or laptop?
Yeah, I haven't.
Okay, but please let me know if anyone needs some help to install as well. So I'll be explaining that to you, not a problem. So today I have introduced the Power BI, and then building blocks and components of Power BI is done, and overview of the GUI is done. So from tomorrow, I'll be starting the get data part, and the transformation part. Okay. So
Okay.
that's what's going to be started from tomorrow.
I have a little question to you only. So like in this class or in this course, you will also cover the how to explain a project in the Power BI interview related. So
yes.
Yeah, it will helpful to us.
See, the thing is, I will tell you not just how to explain your course, but I'll tell you how to explain it in a manner in which it makes sense to the interviewer.
Perfect. That's my question.
Okay. So I'll tell you what to do, what not to do.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Pawan, any prereqs for this course?
Prerequisites, you mean?
I mean, like we should know, I mean, I know SQL, like apart from that, anything we should know before enrolling this course?
Basic mathematics. And if it's better if you know some statistical concepts like mean, median, and outliers, things like that.
Okay.
Stuff like that.
And you provide any assignments as part of this course?
See, assignments I will provide, but more than assignment, the important thing for you will be to replicate what I do in the class. Okay. And if there is 1 hour class, I think for you to study it and replicate, it's going to take more than 1 hour. Okay. So keep aside 2 hours for daily practice. And if you do 2 hours practice daily in Power BI, I'm sure that at the end of or at the completion of this course, you'll definitely be able to clear the interviews. Okay. There's no doubt about that. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Paul.
Yes, then shall we stop here? Any further questions?
So we just need to install the Power BI desktop, nothing else, right?
Right now, yes, you just need to install the Power BI desktop. And when it comes to Power BI using Power BI service, I'll explain that to you in detail. And I'll also explain you how to get the trial working account of Power BI service. Yeah.
Okay. So Pawan, Power BI services, like suppose we don't have organization account. So for the individual like us.
I'll tell you how to get the trial organizational account.
Okay.
Yeah, Pawan, can you explain Fabric also, introduction of?
See, the Power BI Fabric in the sense it's the Power BI service itself. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. But nowadays they are calling it Fabric. Okay. It's just a new term, but most of the capabilities are same. Okay.
So recording, we have a lifetime access.
Fabric also in our desktop in local environment.
Come again, please.
Can we download that Fabric in our local environment?
No, the Fabric you will be having in Power BI service. Actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a cloud based. Okay. And as far as lifetime access, someone asked, you will be having 60 days of access to that organizational account. Free access to that.
No, I am asking about the video recording your class.
That you'll be having
lifetime, right?
As long as you want. Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah. So Pawan, we have to enroll on the number provided in the group, right?
That you can ask to Tanvir.
Okay.
I'm not sure about that group actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So timing is same, right? 7 to 8.
7 to 8, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Hope we'll meet you tomorrow. Thank you.
Sure. Hope to meet you all tomorrow. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Pawan.
Thank you all. Bye.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye.